So I don't know about you, but I am a massive fan of questions, not just any questions, but questions that get you thinking deeply or shifting your perspective of how you're seeing things in that very moment, just expanding your mind or just getting you to stop in your tracks and go, I never really thought about that. And that's why I feel like the power lies in the question. So you can have a really, bland kind of question, but then there can be the questions that really do get you thinking about things in a different way. And sometimes they can actually change your life, which is incredible as well too. So today, I just wanted to share 3 questions that I think you might like or you might want to ponder, as well as maybe a few more at the end because I can't help myself. I love a good question. So I'm just going to dive into them, and maybe if you get a notebook or however you scribble things down and write down these questions, or just pause the video and ponder the question. And maybe as well, if you have any questions that have really stopped you in your tracks and get you thinking or shifting your perspective, I would love you to share them in the comments, because those questions will, not only inspire and help me, but they'll help other people who may see your question in the comments as well too. So please feel free to do that as well. But here are some of the questions that I've been pondering of late. So question 1. If you could wave a magic wand and everything in your life be as you wanted it to be, what would it look like? What would your life look like? We've got this magic wand, Shazam. I don't know if a magic wand makes that noise, but my magic wand does, so Shazam. And everything is as you wanted it to be. It was your ultimate life. It was everything that you'd always dreamed of, maybe didn't know that you even wanted. What would it look like? So if you ponder that question and maybe write down, you've done the Shazam with the wand, what does it look like? All right, so that was question 1. Question 2, I'm going to look down so I remember what it was. Oh, I read this the other day. Okay. What part of me is trying to stay safe by not changing? What part of me is trying to stay safe by not changing? That is a deep one, isn't it? That is a very good one to ponder. Because, of course, so many of us, I'd say many, many, many of us, are trying to keep ourselves safe by not changing in certain areas because that's what we've done in the past, when really, when we expand and allow ourselves to grow and have the courage to step over that line and do the thing that we know in our heart that we really want to do, that is going to bring so much more joy and light and expansiveness to our life. But we might be holding ourselves back consciously or unconsciously to keep ourselves safe so we don't, shine or be seen or be heard or fail or succeed even. All of those things. So if you think about that question and really ponder it, it's an absolute pearler. So there you go. All right. Question number 3. So this one I actually shared in my email newsletter just a little while ago. If you're not a part of that yet, I will link that in the description. It is my free weekly newsletter that I send out every week, obviously. So we'd love you to join. But it's also something that's been doing the rounds on social media as well. And I do not know who the actual person who said this originally was. So if you're someone who does, please share the link to the podcast or video or whatever it was where this was said. But the person shared and said, imagine that you are the main character of the movie of your life. And right now, the movie of your life is showing at the cinemas. Now, it is live. You've got a whole crowd watching the movie of your life right now. You've got the starring role. What are the audience? What is the audience screaming at you to do? What is it? What is it that they want you to do while watching the movie of your life? I love that question so much. It's so powerful because you imagine the audience sitting there watching you, watching the story of your life right now, unfolding in real time. They're like, do that thing. That thing is going to change your life if you just do that thing. That is the thing. What are they screaming at you to do? So another pillar of a question that I really liked. So I wanted to share that with you. And if you are on my newsletter and I'm sharing it again, thank you for listening again. It's a beauty, isn't it? It's an absolute beauty. So here are some bonus little ones as well that I wanted to share while we're hanging out together. I have a list of so many, but at the same time, like I said, I would love to hear what you've got to share. So please do share in the comments. And also, not to ask too much in this video, but I would love to know the answers to the questions, these first 3 questions that I've shared with you too. Feel free to share that as well. Maybe you want to share one question or all of them. Who knows? Whatever you feel inclined, I would love to hear from you. So here's another question for you. Do you have the courage to thrive? I read that one literally yesterday. Do you have the courage to thrive? It wasn't like, I think it was in someone's newsletter or something, and it was part of a paragraph, but I loved that little bit. Do you have the courage to thrive? And if so, what are you going to do about it? I'm just adding it to the end there. If so, what are you going to do about it? And what does thriving look like to you? Because what thriving might look like to Joe Blogs down the road can be very different to you. I often think about this actually, side note, is that thriving can look so different to so many of us. Someone who lives on the road, lives in their van, rarely has an internet connection, is totally immersed in nature. That is them thriving. That is them loving their life. Like that's their ultimate. And then there's other people who, they want to be the leader of a community and have lots of community events and be around people and start a movement. And then there's people who want to climb the corporate ladder and do their thing there. And then there's people that want to be the fittest version of themselves, or there's people that just want to travel around. I mean, obviously you get the idea, but whatever that looks like to you, maybe you want to start a family, maybe you want to create a network of something or other. Again, you get the idea. What does your version of your thriving look like? And do you have the courage to thrive? So I like that one. I'll keep going because why not? We're here hanging out. So here is another one I've got written down. What would you create if you weren't trying to get it perfect? What would you create if you weren't trying to get it perfect? I mean, I love that one as well too, because sometimes I think so many of us have that perfectionist kind of thing around. I mean, I know I have. But if we're not trying to get it perfect, and if we just allow ourselves to be messy and just do it and just let it be what it's supposed to be, or even supposed to isn't even, just let it be what it is, and just allow yourself to create, allow yourself to build the thing, create the thing, start the thing. What would it be for you? What would you create? And then I might say, why don't you just go and give it a crack? Because you are here right now, having your life right now. Give it a crack. Do that thing. Create that thing. If it's in your heart, do it. That's the shit that lights you up, and then therefore it raises consciousness and lights up the whole world, and changes the world for the better. So we always got to think about these things, So go for it. And then I'll finish on this one. Are you ready for it? What would future me thank me for doing right now? What would future me thank me for doing right now? So if there is something that your future version of yourself, which will then be in the now, of course, but will thank you for, maybe it's going for that walk. Maybe it's choosing the apple over the chocolate. Maybe it's calling that workplace to say you want a pay rise. Maybe it's telling that workplace that you are going to be leaving. Who knows? Whatever it might be, what will your future self thank you for doing right now? So there are some Pellever questions. Like I said, questions are so powerful. And when we sit with them, when we give ourselves the space to just really think about what it is that question can bring to light, or get us thinking or in a different way or perspective, like that's the beauty of a question. That's the beauty of allowing yourself to think differently. And when we do that, we just keep stretching the rubber band of our mind, and we keep expanding and growing. And no doubt if you are here and hanging out with me, you are one of those people who do want to keep growing, expanding and learning and being all that you came here to be. So yeah, I think I'll wrap it up there. I've given you a whole list of questions. What I might do as well, just to make it easy, is I might pop those questions in a comment so that you guys can see the questions there and then answer which ones in the comments that you think are resonating with you. You might just pick one, or you might just, pick all of them. Who knows? Or do a question a day. Answer a question a day in your journal, maybe in your frequency shift journal if you haven't yet got one. I'll link that in the description as well. So aside from that, thank you so much for being here as always. I can't wait to hear your thoughts and insights in the comments. And as well, if you are sticking around, I will pop another video on screen now that I hope you will love as well. So thank you for being here, and I look forward to catching you in the next video.